Hi, I'm Tara from Wild Bird Farm. I garden here in Zone 5 in central Iowa. Will you join me today? I am starting a new series, 15 Minutes in Our Gardens. So whether your goal is to keep your landscape neat or to start a flower farm, join me today and commit to 15 minutes in our garden. I am going to be posting short videos in this series to motivate and hopefully inspire others to do the same. I hope you'll join me for 15 minutes in your garden. Purple hyacinth bean vine or ruby moon vine is an annual vine that grows vigorously starting from seed in warm soil. It will eventually push out short-lived purple blooms that turn later into purple seed pods. When young, the leaves and blooms are edible. As the seed pod and seed inside matures, that seed can be toxic unless prepared by boiling 2 to 3 times over. After some controversy about this on my previous video, I just wanted to make it clear that many people in Asian countries and all over the world do eat these, but they must be prepared correctly or they can be toxic. I personally do not use these as a food source. Rather, I plant this each year to enjoy out in my garden as a beautiful flowering vine. All right, let's get started and get these seeds planted. I'll be planting seeds on both sides of my cattle panel tunnel, as well as out on a flat cow panel that we put up to sort of serve as a divider in our garden. So the first thing I'm doing here is just pulling back some of the debris that's left from over the winter. Old branches, sticks, dried leaves, things like that, so I can get down to the soil level. I am going on my 5th year growing these, so I have started saving the dried seeds over the years. This year, that is the only thing I'm planting. I don't have any more that I've purchased. So I just picked these when dry, when mature, and stored them over the winter just in this large pill bottle. And I did put a desiccant in there just in case there was any moisture left. You want to make sure they are very dry and ready to store. But as you can see, they're large seeds. I'm just going to push them about 1 inch down into the soil. We have received a lot of rain, so our soil is very damp, and I won't need to water these in. I started out using this as sort of a dibble to make a spot for each seed. I'm planting them about 2 inches apart. When I got going, our soil was so saturated that I really just pushed them down in with either my thumb or I picked up later a piece of mulch and just sort of pushed those seeds down into the soil and then lightly covered them over. You can see here that flat panel that I also like to put seeds down. They grow very quickly and vigorously, and they cover this so well that it really does act as a nice screen and sort of a partition in our field. Here I am pushing those seeds down about 1 inch into the saturated soil. We have some warm days coming up. They do like to germinate in warm soil, and they love that heat. So I think these will get going pretty quickly. As I was planting, I found a seed from last year that had overwintered outside, and you can see that it has germinated. You can see that root starting to poke out. So that's another indicator to me that this is the right time to get these planted. One thing to note, I do have some volunteer seedlings each spring. If you really want to avoid that, you'll need to pick off all the seeds and the seed pods in the fall. As I mentioned, this vine is a vigorous grower and serves well on panels, trellises, or as screening. I also like to use the seed pods in arrangements. The flowers are very short-lived, but those are pretty to bring in to enjoy as well. As you can see, this really was just a 15-minute project, and I feel good about checking it off my list. Let me know below what you're doing for your 15 minutes in the garden today. Until next time.